Oh, I think I'm there. I think I'm live. Excellent. Okay. So let me have a look and see if you can hear it all. Just give me a thumbs up and everything. I think I've gone live properly. Few people on. Whoop, 40 odd already on there. But everyone chatting away as well. Excellent. Give me a put that up there. Yeah. Thanks for that, Paul. Oh, I'm getting emotional as I say it there. Yeah, it was terrible. You know. But thank you for that. All good. Yeah. Okay. So you can all hear it. Good. By the way, right, my face and everything and the back of my neck and my head, it'll be like bright red looking at the camera up there because I went to a meeting yesterday down in Preston, and we had part of it, most of it outside in the sunshine. So I haven't got the haircut for the standing in the sunshine, and I haven't got the skin for standing in the sunshine much either. You know, like I said, I come from Irish, Scottish stock. So, standing in the sunshine is not really the best thing for me to be able to do. But anyway, thank you very much to everybody for saying sorry for your loss. I'm going to try hard not to talk about it too much tonight, because what I don't want to do is get emotional on the camera and everybody see me crying. We've got a little statue in the garden out there on this side there where where she is. Anyway, little boxer statue out there. Ooh. So anyway, don't want to talk too much about that. I wouldn't get anything done. It's like been rough. Anyway, come on. I've got to crack on. But hello, everybody. Yeah, hi from Canada and everyone. Oh, it's good. Oh, dear. Can't do this all night. Can't do this. You know. But yeah, I'm very burnt, very sunburnt, you know. Hiya, George. You know, it's burnt on my neck and everything. Sitting there, it was a great meeting. I had to go down and met these people. I'm not going to say any names because it's we left phones in the cars away from everything. Talking about lots of different things, you know. Like the thing is, what we have to know, and why I'm telling you this as well. Hang on, blink a neck. Oh God. Everybody feels very alone in a lot of times. All right. And we do. And we're all in these little groups. So maybe you haven't got anyone to talk to around your circle. And everyone thinks, oh, my God, why is it no one is aware? Don't like the word awake, because that's what we'll go to. Well, I've had one. I had one in the garden, believe it or not. I sat there on there just yesterday, actually, you know, when we actually did little ceremony. And that was awake. So I don't want to be awake because that's sad. So we are aware, right? And a lot of people think, well, you know, I'm the only one that thinks like this. Nobody else thinks like that. And it's not true. Okay, it's not true. I would say, and I was talking to this guy, I'm not going to say any names. I was talking to this guy yesterday, absolute brilliant guy. And he's a minister, an ordained minister, very spiritual, very like up there, listening and reading to many ancient scriptures. And he's saying it's probably about 50-50, but they're not active. That is the thing. Okay. So the ones that are active are very small percentages. Okay, so don't like get hung up, and right. Ones we're going to do this are like the percentages get smaller and smaller and smaller, but it's probably about 50% that actually think, whoa, something's wrong, but I don't want to say anything for numerous reasons. I'm going to go over it a little bit today. I don't want to get called stupid. I don't want to get called a conspiracy theorist, a tin hat wearer, and all that stuff. But there is a lot of people that are awake now. When I was talking to him, and honestly, they're linked to major groups, and there's also many other groups around the country. There really, really is, and because we are all in our little thing, okay, we think we're the only ones there, but we're not. You are all connected. We're all connected anyway. We're truly connected through Source. We're connected from the Creator, which is what we're going to go on a lot about, which we're all the same. Be it Little Beauty, got to stop. But she's still there with the energy, and we're all energy, and we're all love, and that's all there is to it. And we're all spiritual, and we're all connected. Now, but the thing is, on the flesh level, which is all we're doing is borrowing this flesh suit, and we're going to go back to like our spirit in the end, and it's like. And we will, and then hopefully we won't get or you can do what you like, but I ain't getting reincarnated to this bullshit. I've had enough. But anyway, and we are, and there's so many of us in this thought. So never think that you're alone. Never ever think that you're alone, because you're not. And I was speaking to these people, and they're connected to so many people. And then when I was in Birmingham, right, at the beginning of May, and there was again that massive groups there, and that was from them that I got connected to these, and people talk, and it spreads, and honestly, it's like these like arseholes in government think that they're in charge. They're in charge of literally jack shit. They cannot control your soul, your spirit, your energy, and your love. And that is what is going to go out. And that is what like spreads. And that's what we need to lift up, right? And help and get more and more and more people aware to raise the vibration up on there. Okay. So I just say, but that's why I'm so red. I'm burned. My ears, these are stinging. I shouldn't be out in the sunshine, especially with a head like this. I was like looking, I was thinking, I was embarrassed to say anything. I think I need to go and buy a baseball cap, but it was in the middle of nowhere. It was absolutely in the middle of nowhere. There was like cows and sheep all eating in these fields there. It wasn't a restaurant, right? But outside, and it was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Can't remember the name of it, something Barn. And it was like near Preston. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. But with amazing people as well. Absolutely brilliant people, so very clever. And this is some of the stuff that will, that you're going to see coming out. And I'm going to help them, and they're going to help me, and we're going to spread the word and pass it on, because we have to lift the Creator's army. We are the Creator's army, and it's an army of love and caring. Okay, we'll leave all the manipulation, the lying, the deceit, and the murder. We'll leave that to the other army. We will change the world by love. And I know that might sound stupid. I don't look like that. Okay. I tell you what, my arms are bloody sore as well. You're covered in that's all burnt to bits. I'm not that skin tight for sitting outside. Yeah, aloe vera. Someone's just said, yeah, we used to use a lot of that as well. I've used coconut oil, since I come back. I couldn't even get a shower last night. I got back, and it was just like it was so hot. I was so burned, and I couldn't let our showers like knackered, so it won't turn down cold. So it's just like it's either boiling or hot. So I had to wait, and I was like sitting on the floor of the shower, so it was at least a little bit cooler. I wasn't as burnt or as hot, especially here. This is really bad. But it was worth it, because the meeting was brilliant. Meeting them was brilliant. Swapping information and helping. It was great to help them, pass on some brilliant information for them to help build up this community, especially with more and more knowledge what I'm getting about the privacy and about the how to do the private members associations, because that's got to be the way to go. And everything has to be private, and it's the only way where we can actually really start fighting these people and blocking them, putting blocks in the way. All right, I'm going to go over some stuff tonight, and then it's like, maybe a little bit different. I was going to do it all about privacy and trust and everything like that, but and I've been doing a lot of different studies and everything. But before we start, this is a few more books. See the back, man? All that bird's bright red's bloody killing. Right, let's start off. Getting these books, so more books for you to go and I don't know. These I did get from Amazon, but I had to search for ages. All right, there's that one. See if it doesn't shine on the light so much. Contract Law, Private Law Tutor Publishing. Okay, this is brand new. It actually arrived yesterday when I was away. All right, it's not little. Look, see, it's not like massive thing. That one, right? Suggest you get that one. And then this one, Equity and Trusts. There, can you see that one? Private Law, Tutor Publishing. Straighten up somehow or other. There we are. We've got the light going on. Yeah, that's the back of it. Equity and Trusts. Okay, I got them off Amazon. I haven't got any links for it or anything. I'll try and find some. And then this goes with it. This is a two-part one. This is a questions and answers, Q&As from that first book. I presume, actually, I've never actually seen them. I literally just found them. A guy that I do study with called Richard Ansar. I've been doing studying with him probably over a year. But I've never been able to get onto any of his groups because he does groups when these people talk. I don't really go on many groups anyway, but I try to go on the groups, and my phone was, for doing the Telegram, and it was just all messed up, couldn't be bothered. And anyway, but he put these up. He's got them. They're good. Get a hold of them. All right, as well as the other trust books that I showed you as well. All right. But, and that's what I was going to talk about. And I might go on to that a little bit, and I will take questions. And you can ask me as many questions as you want at the end. But I'm going to go over some stuff now. Might be a little bit different. I want you to try and all I'm doing is because I tell you what it is I get the questions all the time. And then they say, well, why would the government do that? And they say, well, look, this isn't for your good. And this nonsense that they're trying with hey, you can even say it now, can't you? I've noticed a lot of channels saying COVID now because they're not banning anyone for saying it because it's like a thing. Whereas last year or even 6-7 months ago, you said that word COVID and your channel was gone. Boom, gone. But they're talking about it now because they're wanting to live with it and bring it up and there. But what they don't talk about is the amount of people that are dropping down dead left, right, and centre for absolutely no reason. And it's like, oh, a sudden illness, and they're dead. Oh, sudden adult death syndrome. Oh, a heart attack here. And then doing adverts everywhere saying, kids have strokes too. Since when? Since when, is it common? Yeah, I know things happen. But when is it common that kids have strokes? When is it common that kids have heart attacks? I mean, the unfortunate thing is that 50% of the population are literally closed. And I got a great explanation of why from this guy I was talking to yesterday. And it made so much sense because it is so spiritual. And it is, we are all souls. We are all created with souls and love. And, we're not flesh. We are just here for such a small period of time. And once you go back and you go back into spirit and you go back into soul, you literally, once you get back there and you've got your friends and your family and we'll see beauty there and everything like that, And they will say, wow, I've only been away a few seconds, because time does not exist. This is how it, it's a strange like comprehension. Like now, hi Joan from Canada. There's got a few from Canada on tonight. It's great to see everyone. All right. Vinegar and brown paper. I'm joking there by Light Beacon. Vinegar and brown paper. That's when you break your head, isn't it? Jack and Jill ran down the hill, or climbed up the hill, or did something like that anyway. There. I can't see, what does that say? Ian, Nance. I'm going to talk about that. What you're just saying there about the media, I'm going to explain a little bit. I did a video the other day about like the Committee of 300, and that's it, exactly the same there, Kian. I don't know what that says, but like mass formation psychosis, 100%. Going to talk about. Hi, Paul. How are you doing? Good to see you on there. Anyway, so I'm going to go over. I look hot, man. I'm burning everywhere. Oh, awesome, David in Cape Town. Excellent. So you're back now, or because I know you were trying to get back, David. Yeah, Andrew, how are you doing? All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about like again just now, and then we'll do some chatting and stuff at the end. But yeah, I know I'm not having a few, but I know I was just joking. But like I've put like some coconut oil on. But yeah, I'm staying away from the sun for a few days. Glastonbury, oh my god. So Jones where they go there. Doris is way to wear Glastonbury. Yeah, for sure, Jones. Thank you very much. Okay, cool. Yeah, you back up there, back in. Yeah, because I'm talking to David here, and he was in South Africa, and he's came back to England, and he shows some great photographs of let's just say like sunken doors and windows and stuff like that. You've got to really check this stuff out. It's amazing. Yeah, and I'm a bald head. And I was talking about that the other day when I was walking along like the Tynemouth in Newcastle, and you're like going along and you're on this main street, and then there's these huge big plinths like not concrete but like solid granite plinths that are massive, that would have cost back in the day when they built them, like literally for us now, it would have cost thousands, right? Imagine what it was back then, hundreds of years ago. Just to put a window, why would you use that in a window that nobody can see because it's underneath the ground? You wouldn't do it. You just would not waste that money. So why are they down there? This is the thing, and this is why we'll have to do these researchers and come on, let's find some, because this is not the truth. What they have telling us, or nothing is about the truth, which is going to go over a little bit here. And I'm going to start off because I've never actually said anything about it before. Not really, and I'm not here to like give people opinions or teach anyone to be this or be that. What I want is for people to actually think for themselves and do their own research. Now, obviously, we're talking here. I'm not screaming, to the converted, preaching to the converted. This might give you an insight that you might not know or you might not have heard about before. So then when somebody says something stupid, and it is stupid to you, like, oh, what, chemtrail? Oh, well, why would they do that to you? Why would they spray poison around here when they have to walk through it as well? Well, I'm gonna show you something which is factual history that has just been released now, that has been going on for years and years and years, and like since, right, which they've actually said since 1940. All right, now they've just released the documents to admit what they've been doing. So I'm going to read it out to you, and this was in the newspapers, and you can follow it up and research it, and that's why I'm going to show you now. Okay. I mean, this is not about chemtrails as you know it, but it's talking about the poisons and talking about what they do. Okay, so if they're going to do that, they would be doing chemtrails without a second heartbeat. All right, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Is Tartaria. That's what I'm saying. I'm just putting the hints out there. I'm just saying I want people to research and the great mud flood and why you see these buildings and they're digging them out. And there's that whole brand new building underneath the building, right? Where did that come from? History has been rewritten to hide the truth or hide the words that are true. You know, everything has been hidden and everything's been manipulated to give us what we see now. Okay, and none of it is real and none of it is true. But before I get too carried away on that, we're going to go back to here, all right, and explain a little bit about this. Okay, so let's see. Is that all right? You can see all that from there. That's glary on the bottom. Let's see if I can turn that a little bit. Probably make it worse. All right then. History is written by the winners. Here, yeah, it certainly is. By the winners and by the liars. Yeah. The only thing we can actually really know and understand that what history is it's a lie. All right. So what we're going to talk about there are chemtrails real? Okay. Would they do it to us? Because this is what everyone says to you. So, like, you got the chemtrails, you got this, and they're going, oh, why would they do it? Let's talk about what we just said. We're allowed to maybe say the word now. Hang on, I'm going to turn this light on as well. That's a bit better. About, like, you know, the Charlie word and everything like that. Although we're still not allowed to say this word, are we? Because that still gets, like, knocked off and everything. But what we're talking about here, just for now, anyway, we're talking about the chemtrails. And when you mention these people, or mention it to people, then again, well, you know, they're going to spray poison everywhere and poison themselves. Yeah, I'm going to show you they do. 100% they do. And because they get paid to do it, they think it's fine. Because I don't know, maybe, you know, you get your 30 pieces of silver. Everyone's got their own version of your 30 pieces of silver. But there's a lot of these people taking these 30 pieces of silver and killing everyone else that might kill themselves and their own family as long as they get their 30 pieces of silver anyway. All right. What I'm talking about, obviously, is you know, Judas from there taking that to go and kill what would have been his best friend. All right. So are they actually going to be doing it? Of course they're going to do it because they couldn't give a shit. All right. Now, the UK government, they have just released a report very recently, and you can go on the Guardian newspaper to check it out as well. This is easy to find now. It's easy to find, but they don't tell you. It's like the stuff about that, okay, or there, whatever they stick it, right? They've sent out all the reports, but they don't actually publicize it, so all of the normies don't start reading the truths about it and think, oh God, I've just went and killed myself and my kids. But this is a government report, and they've had to release it now because it's coming from like the 40s, 1940s, right the way through to 1979. This is when they've been, I mean, after they're still doing it, but if it's after 1979, they class that as current. So they're not going to tell you anything after 1979 until the next 20 years. Okay? They've just released a report showing, right, the official history of British trials of biological weapons between 1940 and 1979. But these are the biological weapons they've been doing on us. Okay? They've been doing these biological tests, testing the weapons on us in this country. I mean, you can see a lot of it is working with the UK as well as the US. So if they were doing it here, they were doing it in America as well. Okay? So let's crack on with it. I have to do this because I'm burning, because I got sunburn, so that's my excuse. All right then. So they actually got vast swathes. I've actually put that because that's the word that's in the report. I would never use that, vast swathes. I'm not even sure if that's spelled right because that's how they spelled it. So I have put it up like that on purpose. So don't have a go at me if it's not the correct spelling, because that's what they had written on the report. Of the UK population, that just means lots of us. All right. We were sprayed with dangerous chemicals and microorganisms without being told. Okay. So the military, what they were told to say that it was a weather test. Right. So when some of the times they actually did this, right, spraying, going along the streets, spraying this stuff out. Some of the times they did it from ships, and some of the times they did it from the planes. And the military were always told, if anybody comes up from the public and they ask you any of these embarrassing questions, it's a weather experiment. We're trying to develop these or test these weather things, okay? All right. Now, it's a 60-page report. Now, you can go in. That says The Guardian. I know it's terrible writing. It's my writing. The Guardian newspaper. Do it online, okay? It's a 60-page report that tells you everything that they were doing, all right, to the British public. But if they were doing it to us, they were doing it everywhere. In fact, some of it was in the Caribbean as well. So this is a little bit on there, all right? So between 1955 and 1963, I was born then, 1963. So planes flew from the northeast of England, okay, right up where I am now, all the way down to Cornwall, okay? And they were dropping tons of this stuff, zinc cadmium sulfide. Zinc cadmium sulfide. So they were dropping tons of it from planes flying right up from basically it said the northeast of UK, so that could actually be up the northeast of Scotland, all the way down to Cornwall. So that is the whole country, covering it with this stuff, zinc cadmium sulfide. Right now, it's recognised that there as a cause of lung cancer. All right. So all these cases of lung cancer coming up and they're going, oh, it's your own fault. You've done this. You've done that. They've been spraying the entire country with this, okay, between 1955 and 1963. At the same time as, you know, they were promoting you to go smoking and everything like this. Go and buy these cigarettes. It's really good for you. Makes you cough. All right. Now, this stuff, this zinc cadmium sulfide, they try to say, no, it's totally safe, even though it's recognized as to cause lung cancer. But they did admit that they used it in World War II by the Allies, right, as a biological weapon. So they used it spraying what they classed as the enemy, but they were all working together. It's only the people that were actually dying that were affected by anything. The ones that were talking to each other and deciding who to kill and where to kill them and when, I never got bothered with anything. But they used it in the World War II as a biological weapon, zinc cadmium sulfide. And they were spraying the entire country with it, all right? Well, that's up for nearly 10 years, okay? For nearly 10 years. And they've admitted it in a report now. So if they've admitted the report there, I mean, what the hell is it that you see up in the sky all the time, right? I wish that... Anyway. Okay. And then, carrying it on. Right, between 1961 and 1968, millions of people in the UK, they were exposed to bacteria, right, spraying out at them, including E. coli, and this thing, I had to check it up, I didn't know, it's called Bacillus globigii, something like that, globigii. I had to go and check that up. It mimics anthrax. Now we know anthrax just kills everything, okay? So E. coli, let's just say E. coli and anthrax then. All right, now they did it from Torquay to the New Forest. So they actually did this experiment on the south. It's down south somewhere, isn't it? Torquay up to the New Forest. That's where they did it. So they covered the country in that stuff there. as an experiment to see how many they could kill, to see what happened. Right? Okay. Now that stuff that they're spraying there, E. coli, we know that can kill you, right? That's like a food poisoning that you get inside your stomach, but that's what kills you inside your stomach. And then this stuff, this bacillus, I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, it doesn't matter, right? You can check it and find out what it said. Whatever it said there, it mimics anthrax. So it's basically like anthrax, right? So they're just killing everyone with anthrax, right? And that was sprayed out by a military ship. Now you can research it, you can Google it, go onto the Guardian newspaper, go on your research engine, all right? Just put on the report of that, and it'll show you, right? And it was called the Ice Whale. The ship was called the Ice Whale, all right? And it was anchored off the Dorset coast. So it was anchored off the coast in Dorset, spraying out in the air, right? So they're not even doing it flying over. They did it flying over before. Now they've anchored it off the coast and they're spraying everybody with these killer stuff to see how it would affect them, to see how it would spread, and to see how far it would get, and to see what would happen. So they're actually using your human life, your human existence, right, your flesh suit on there, and to their what would be classed as their own people, right, to see what would happen, just to see how it would affect. This is insanity. But it's not insanity, it's psychopathy, because these people are psychopaths. But, you know, I mean, these are all owned and ran and everything by the Committee of 300. All right? And that's how it spreads down. So the Committee of 300 tell everybody else what to do. And then you've got the Club of Rome that'll tell everyone what to do. And nowadays, we all know it, the WEF, the World Economic Forum, which is only told by the Club of Rome what to do, which is told by the Committee of 300 what to do. You know, so it's all coming from above, and the ones that are above the Committee 300 will never get to know their names. At least I don't until we go to Spirit and we'll find out what's going on. But anyway, between 1971 and 1975, it was the US and the UK military, and they sprayed massive quantities, and I have to say this name as well, Serratia morsescens bacteria mixed with anthrax simulant and phenol. I'll try saying that again. So they've sprayed masses of quantities of this Serratia I don't know how to say it. Is it morsescens or morsescens bacteria mixed with an anthrax simulant and phenol all into the UK air, right? So they just sprayed the UK with this stuff, okay? Right, so I'll tell you something now. 1975, all right? I was 12, right? My brother was 16, and it was Christmas, the 23rd of December. Well, it was the 22nd of December, and he went out Christmas shopping on the 22nd of December. Totally fine. He was an athlete. He was a pilot. He could already fly a plane. He was 16 years old. He was going to join the Royal Air Force. He wanted to be a pilot in the Royal Air Force, but he'd always passed his flying license. Couldn't even drive. He was a brilliant sportsman. He was on every single sports team you could imagine. An absolute brilliant sportsman, really fit and healthy. In 1975, whatever's going on in there, we just don't know. And he came home from going shopping, came back, collapsed in bed and died. All right, he was dead within hours. And we were like, you know, he said, oh, he had meningitis. He must have breathed it in when he went out shopping. And I was like, for years, I've said, yeah, well, you know, he went out, it was a disaster, he breathed in something. But when you think about it, right, and that's what they said. It was just, no, there was nothing there before, and there is now, and he died within hours, right? But all of this stuff that they're spraying in, there must have been people dropping down dead, left, right, and centre, all over. Just what they're doing now, right? But you didn't have like internet or anything like that back then, so they wouldn't have been talking about it as much back then. I'm not saying it was or it wasn't or anything. I don't know, right? But that happened. there, 1975, just before Christmas. He went out Christmas shopping perfectly, so healthy and fit. He was on every sports team you could imagine there. He'd already passed all of his tests to join the Royal Air Force. He could already fly. He was a pilot. Boom, just went and dropped dead. Right? So not a great Christmas. Okay, but that's what they had been doing. So what is this going to do to people? I mean, does this sound like it's something that's healthy for you? You know, I'm pretty sure it's not, like, right? So then, right, what they also did, and also did this in London, right? Similar bacteria, the one I was just talking about there, which is the anthrax stuff and everything. And that was between 1952 and 1964. So they're admitting this now, you see, because these are the old dates, right? In 1956, all of that stuff was released in the underground, in the London Underground there, right? And this is between, I don't know where this is, but maybe you might know if you live down that way, between Collier's Wood and Tooting Broadway, and the underground, the London Underground, in the tube station. So they actually released all of these poisons into the tube station. So all these people that are actually going around in the tube station breathing all of this in, we'll never know how many people die because of this. Okay, like I'm saying, it could have easily been like, see, my brother died like that. No, we'll never know. We could never find out how many people there between it just like died because of that, like releasing all that. I mean, how many people were going through the tubes, going to work, going to see their families and doing all this stuff, and they've sprayed them with this poison just to see what would happen, so that how they would actually protect the government if they were attacked by what do you call it? Biological weapons, right? So this is how they say, oh, they'd never do chemtrails. Would they really not? All right, so between 1964 and 1973, okay, they actually, this is insanity if you think about it. They attached germs, which is those germs, anthrax and everything, to spiders' webs. They actually put them in spiders' webs, and what they used to do is they used to put them into boxes and send the boxes out all over the country to see how it would affect people all around the country when the boxes were received by the post in all these different areas. This is true. You can go and Google it. You can don't Google it. Go on to Brave, because apparently all the DuckDuckGo is apparently infiltrated as well. I think they spy on everything. So just do what you want. Doesn't matter, because they know everything that's going on. But they've released this so we can talk about it. They put it on the spiders' webs and put the spiders' webs in boxes, right? Okay? And then sent them throughout the country to see what would happen to everybody. Who does this that's normal? Yeah, I mean, you know, let's go and see how many people can kill with a spider's web. Or put these germs on spider's web. So you can pick, you know, you get them in your face and you're wiping them off. You know, you pick, spider's webs, you wipe it off, and you're getting all of these, like, these spores and these diseases onto you. You know, I'm fully not in with the germ theory, but if you're introducing all of these things into your body and breathing these things in, I'm pretty sure it's not good for you. Okay, I'm definitely on the terrain theory, but if you're flooding the terrain with poisons, it's not going to be very good. Right? This is just like psychopathy and to the degree of mad. But it's not mad. It's that psychopathy, and it's actually a method of them doing everything that they want to do to just like kill what they need to kill to keep them what they want to do. It's crazy. Right, on the Scottish island, put the IL because I couldn't fit it on. I don't know how to say that word, right? It's Gruinard. Okay, Gruinard, right? It was so badly contaminated with anthrax, real true anthrax, right? They couldn't get, and it was, I think it was in the 40s. They couldn't actually go on it at all until the 1980s. They couldn't go on the island until the 80s, right? Because of what they had done to the island. And you know, if you go and spill poisons or something, it doesn't stay where you put it, right? The air spreads it, right? So whatever they were doing on there had spread for miles and miles and miles, you know, right? This is what they're doing. This is what they have done, and now they've admitted that they've done. and they've got it in reports. Now, when we're probably all dead and gone, and fair enough, we'll be in spirit, we'll be having a much better time. Everything that they've been spraying up there and pouring down upon us, they're going to report and they're going to say, oh yeah, we did it. You know, don't worry about it. We think it was safe and it was for public safety. You know what I mean? So that's another. Right. So another thing that they did as well, right? They used anthrax, right? Anthrax and other deadly germs, poisons, whatever you want to call them. But they did that, and it was on ships all around Scotland, but also around the Caribbean as well. Okay. And this is the thing. This is, and I've underlined this part. These tests were carried out with tacit approval. So what do we mean by tacit? Well, the thing is, you've got tacit agreement. So if you haven't argued against it, you must have agreed it then, which is about like everything about our person, our legal fiction, the fines that you're getting when you're getting your council tax and all of that, when you're using that legal fiction to actually imprison you and everything like that. It's because you didn't argue it. Excuse me. Because you didn't argue it, you must accept it. That is the tacit approval or tacit agreement or tacit consent. So they've been poisoning everyone for centuries, right? Or for decades because we never actually complained about it. Okay? So there you go. And what they also said was, when they were questioned, well, what are you doing now? If you've done this in the past, what is it you're actually doing now? And they've said it's not our policy to discuss ongoing research. Not our policy to discuss ongoing research. So in other words, what they're saying is, in other words, yes, we're still poisoning you. Yes, we're still killing you, but we're not going to tell you about it because it's not our policy to tell you about it. Okay? Isn't that nice? So what I'll do is, this is like a completely different subject in a way. So we'll just actually have a quick chat, have a look around and see anything that's been said before I go on to that bit. I'm still burning. My back of my neck's burning. I'll try all the things. I wish I had a baseball cap on when I was sitting in all that sunshine. But I didn't want to leave because, you know, it was a very, very good meeting and everything. I should put my glasses on because I can't really read everything what anybody's saying. Yeah, it's definitely in the Guardian. Oh, it's disappeared now. All right. Okay, so there's lots of things going on at the spraying. Seeing all this, it'll be coughing. I'm going to show that one because that's what I just said there, right? The report, right, came out in 2002, was it? So, you know, this there is, it's definitely in the Guardian. And now you should not just look at the Guardian, but look at any report that you can find on this and confirm it, because, you know, it's definitely out there. And what they do is they always send out the reports of all the disastrous things that they've done, you know, to tell us what they've been killing us. Let's have a look. Everyone's talking about the water and the fluoride. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll put that one up there, look, 'cause that's a good one. Okay. They had a book published about chemtrails. David Yates on his YouTube channel has been documenting for years. He's back after a long ban. So go and check them ones out, people, then, because, you know, it's when you can pick up this information and then put, yeah, this is true, and then put it's a wonder we're still alive, you know. But your body truly is, it's amazing because it's been created by the Creator and given to you by the Creator, you know, and it has the ability to heal from so many things, you know, right? But like, doesn't matter if it's 20 years old. It's still true, though, isn't it? It doesn't matter when it went out. At the end of the day, if they've been using all these things, they've been using them. I've been showing it going back from the 1940s, you know. So, but they've done it and they've admitted it. Okay, so you know, make sure that you go and check it out and read it. Let's have a look before I'm going to go on to the next part. Oh, I'm going to put that up there because this is something I only just like mentioned it, and this all I'm doing. Listen, I'm not telling anybody what to believe. I'm not telling anybody what to think, but I am telling you to go out and check out for yourself, and don't be like a mushroom kept in the dark and fed bullshit. Go out and research and find these things out for yourself. So mud floods and Tartaria and stuff like that, you know, because I tell you, the only thing that becomes truly clear, right, the more that you find things out, is that we've been lied to, right? More than anything. So, you know, let's have a look. All right. Yeah. Okay, good. Let's go back to the next part then, okay? Excuse me. All right. Yeah, I will. I get a big wide brimmed hat. So I never expected. See, I went down to this meeting yesterday, and when I left here, it was cloudy, and I was driving down, crossed over on the A69, going over to the west side of the country. It was raining, you know, and I actually had a coat. So, but when I got to Preston, it was very hot, very warm, very sunny. But originally we were underneath anyway, it was covered, so we weren't in the sunshine. And I went, look, we have to go and meet these other people and blah blah blah. So we went somewhere else, and we went to a restaurant, and it was we'll sit outside. I mean, it was gorgeous. I mean, it was beautiful area, and looking out the fields and everything was fantastic. But and I went sitting outside. I was thinking, oh well, maybe we'll not be here too long. But obviously, it just went on and on and on and on. And I didn't want to like say, look, we've got to go sit somewhere else because I'm going to look like a raspberry in a minute. Now, look, I look like a raspberry, and it's killing. But anyway, so let's go on to the next part. Has anybody got any questions before we move on to there? No. Cool. Yeah, you've been lied to about everything all our lives, you know. Aloe gel, yeah. I'm gonna get some of that. I'm gonna get myself all covered in stuff. Put it in the fridge. That would be a good idea. Cool it down before you put that on. Yeah, that would be good. All right, cool. So let's continue. Hopefully that you're enjoying the information, and I'll have a chat about it again later. So this is what I want you to go and research this, because I talked about this the other day on a video as well. All right, but this is a book. Now, I'm not saying go and buy the book because this is hugely expensive, but I'm sure someone said they'd found a download which wasn't expensive. Okay, thanks for the memories. All right. Now, when I read this, I mean, once I've got through to the fact that knowing all of Hollywood was disgusting, I didn't really care about anyone. But I remember when I was a kid, I always liked Bob Hope. Then when you find out later on, you think you don't like any of them. But research that. Thanks for the memories. And what it is, it's the memoirs of Bob Hope's and Henry Kissinger's mind-controlled slave by Bryce Taylor. Okay? Now, Henry Kissinger, the reason why I've seen that, it's not just Bob Hope, right? Henry Kissinger, he was completely under the control of the Club of Rome. Still alive now, this scumbag. All right? And he was like, I'm sure he was kicked out of the government by God, I forgot his name now. What's he called? Used to be the president before this nugget that they've got in there now. Wow, I'm surprised I can't remember the name. Donald Trump. Anyway, The thing is, most of this, what it's actually all orchestrated from, all right, and all this manipulation and everything that's been going on for all this time. This is a UK organisation, the Tavistock Institute, and they call it the Tavistock Institute of Human Relations. I don't really know what that means, right? This is a play on words of how to actually use mass hypnosis on everyone and how to use like these techniques that they're actually destroying humanity with for Charlie and Victor and all of that. So now, I mean, I'm still going around, a couple, not many, but there's still people going around the shops with this thing on, with a face nappy on. And it's because of them. Because they've been manipulated by mind control. They are mind control experts. And then it's also with the Stanford University. But these are the main ones. But then they set up the Stanford University in the USA as well. Okay? And this is all about mind control. I mean, and it permeates everything. I'm only going to make a couple of things, and I'm going to go over it maybe again later, like in the different videos. I'm only going to give you a touch, and you could literally talk about this for days. All right, but like, you know, I can't like go on for days and days and days. So I'm going to give you like little insights onto it. Okay. Now the whole thing about the rock music. This was all about, and it's all about destroying the morals, not the morale, the morals of the countries. Get rid of the morals, and then all of the standards drop. All of the standards drop. Now, this is the thing with this fucking fat, ugly, fat bastard, Boris Johnson. Sorry for the language, but he's a fucking disgusting twat, right? He's breaking every code, every law, everything. Doesn't care now. He's showing you that he does not give a shit, right, about what he does, and nobody can do anything about it. This is because we've dropped the morals of the country. Now, right, fat twats like him can get away with shit because nobody really cares anymore. Oh, it's just one of them things. Oh, it's okay. They've ruined it because of them reducing the morals of the country. You get rid of the morals of the country, that it's fucking fine to go and abort and kill little babies all the time because, oh, I've had an accident, I better go and get an abortion, right? That's why you got Boris Johnson sitting there now and can break any rule and law in the book and nobody cares. Because if you can go and kill a fucking baby, right, because it's convenient, then you're going to let Boris Johnson get away with shit, right? That is what they have done. Okay? That is what they've done. It's completely ruined the actual morals of the country. Okay? So it gets to that. All right? So what they've done is I put rock music, but that's how they got this started and got it going. I'm going to go on a little bits now. And obviously I've gone into it much more on other videos, and I will go on to it more, but I'm just giving you an oversight. Okay? An oversight over it. Right? The rock music. Okay? And it played a pivotal role on how to drop it. And they used it all together. This was just a tiny little bit. And this Tavistock Institute, this was in charge of everything that's done everything about COVID, right? How they actually ruined the entire country and the entire world. They helped, right, to get everybody to follow these stupid regulations, right? And here's what they had you doing, right? If you're standing up, you have to have a mask on in a restaurant. Sit down, you can take it off. Yeah, because that makes sense. All right, all to do with them. But this is what they do there, right? Through this rock music there played a pivotal role on how to drop the morals of the country to make it that everything was acceptable. All right, they have some fat twat like Boris Johnson breaking every rule in the book. It's acceptable. Don't worry about it. He's got a stupid haircut, fat gut, and he's a twat. Yeah, you're being fed it, man. Fed it. All right. I'm sure somebody just put up the Beatles. The Beatles, right? Completely owned and controlled by the Club of Rome. All right. completely owned and controlled by the Club of Rome. And who owns the Club of Rome? The Committee of 300. Right? I get by with a little help from my friends. Right? What was that? The little friends were drugs. You're getting by with a little help with your friends was the drugs. That's how you were getting by with a little help from your friends. It wasn't a nice little song. It wasn't on me and my buddy. The little friends were the drugs that you were taking. Most of it was LSD. That is what they were talking about there. Okay? Now, you can have all your conspiracies, and I know there's one over here, and there's Paul McCartney over there, there's a dead one over there, and a dead one over there, and being replaced, right? But this is what they did. And that wouldn't surprise me that that was all true either, because you can see that none of this is real, and it's all insanity. But get by with a little help from my friends. I know I can't sing, but anyway, it was drugs. This is what they were trying to get to people, right? This was the whole thing, right? What were they getting to here? What were they trying to establish? Okay, Tavistock, it's UK based, right? But they always attack America. But why? Because everyone is going to copy what America does. Okay, so it's always responsible for these words. Beatniks. This is very American. I mean, I know it came here, but it's big in America, isn't it? It's always big and like publicized and everything on the TV and that. Hippies. I'm not on about like the love and the kindness. I'm on about their version of it. Their version of the hippies, right? Not like love, understanding, spirituality. Not on about that. I'm on about what they created as the hippies. The beatniks, the flower children, what they created, how bad it was, how stupid it was. Unwashed jeans, long, horrible hair, scruffy and smelly. Not what the reality was. Okay, it was all about LSD. Okay, the age of Aquarius. Now we know the age of Aquarius is like a glorious thing and how to move into it, but they completely like transformed it, captured it, and changed it to what they wanted everyone to have, right? Which was dirty and bad and evil. But what they were showing is that you always had to be, and it's what if you were the type of person who would go and grow your own food, want to live sustainably, right, and live in your own home that you had made, then you had to be a scruffy, dirty tramp, long hair, bad jeans, unwashed jeans, and take LSD and drugs. There's something wrong with you. You're stupid. All right? That's what they were like doing, creating all of this. Came from, right? They're having a music festival in England. Someone tell me what it is. What is it called again? Somebody put it up on there for me. Can't remember the bloody thing. I've only ever been to one music festival in my life, and it was in Edinburgh during the Edinburgh Festival, and that was in 1979 or 1980. Very close to that, anyway. Along there, Glastonbury, yes, Glastonbury. All right, and it was all punk rock bands. It was all punk rock bands, and I had a massive hangover, and I just couldn't even listen to it. I was so ill. I was trying to hide away from the music. But I was only, I can't remember what year it was, 16, 17, 18, you know, very young. Anyway, hey, Glastonbury. Now look at what that wank stain, like, what can't say his name, Zelensky, or, you know, and then he's saying, oh, it's great, all supporting. There you go. That's it. And that Tavistock runs everything. Okay? Glastonbury. Yeah? Nothing is there that happens spontaneously or to look after us or to have it all good, you know? But anyway. So then they started doing this new thing as well when they started bringing in gangs and gang wars. All right? And believe me, this is all designed by the Tavistock Institute. All right, the gangs and the gang wars, everything like that. It's all under instructions of the Club of Rome, who are also instructed of the Club of 300. Now, this gang warfare. Now, I'm talking about, like, you know, if you see any film that's actually glorifying gang warfare, it's all done by the Tavistock Institute. I'll explain a little bit about it, why and how and what they're doing. It's not just about like glorifying the gang part of it, okay? All right, but it's like how they make you feel after, how they make the masses of people feel. Yeah, okay. So in 1958, right, what they had, because they introduced this gang warfare, this gang culture, this gang thing, that it was cool to be in a gang, and you've seen them all. It was like, you know, they're all there still now. Not all of them. A lot of them are still there now because of what they created. You know, a lot of these like motorbike gangs were what they created. You know, they might not admit it. I bet you the ones that are in it now wouldn't even know how it was started. But this is a fact created by the Tavistock Institute. Okay, right, all right. There was over 200 gangs in New York, right, in 1958. All right, and in Hollywood themselves, they were making movies about it. Hollywood, they are ruled by the Committee of 300. Now, you know, right, all the things about Hollywood, or like Hollywood, like, you know it's satanic, you know it's evil, you know that you've got all those different witchcraft and things with the holly, which is the stick of the wizards and the witches. All right. Okay, so they made that film, The West Side Story. I remember that when I was a kid, right? The West Side Story. And it was like a musical, wasn't it? And bits of it were good, bits of it were sad. And they said it was about like the Romeo and Juliet. But I bet you Romeo and Juliet, not being funny, right? When they were doing Hollywood and they're making the films, what did they do before they made films? Well, they wrote books, they wrote this, they wrote that, right? So it's the Committee of 300 has been around forever. The ones that own them have been around for thousands of years. You know, forget about like, you know, that, like, you know, this modern stuff. This has been going on forever. So, right, they made that film, okay, right, the West Side Story, and it was a gang film, and so somebody got killed, somebody did this, somebody did that, but they made it romantic, they made it a love story, they made it glorious, okay, right? But then by 1966, right, they never spoke about it ever again. All the gangs in New York were all done by 1966. If they're all there, they don't get talked about, so they don't exist. Okay, so they've hidden it all, they've got rid of it all. But then what they did in 1989, they launched it again, right, in Los Angeles. Well, we all know that now, right? I can't remember the name of the film, but Sean Penn was in one. You know, and it was like all about the Bloods and the Crips and all of that crap. Okay, right? So they launched it again, really made everybody know about it and go on about it, okay? So them gangs, right, they devastated, I don't know if you can read down that there, because I couldn't fit it in, all the normal neighborhoods. So you literally had gangs, and they're all drug gangs, and what do they call them? Like the crack houses, all took over. You can tell them great at drugs, yeah. Took over all the normal neighborhoods, turned it into bad neighborhoods, ruined all of these parts of Los Angeles. And then everyone knows. Why do we all know? Right? So what they're doing is they're glorifying it all to make sure everyone knows. Why are they doing that? Why? Okay? So you've got the Bloods and the Crips. Okay? You've got the Boys in the Hood. Film. Glorious film. Making it all talk about it. Why do they do it? Why are they pushing it in your faces? Okay, it's to show you you're not safe. It's to show you you are not safe. Okay, so what happens when you're not safe? You're always going to be looking for a solution. All right, what do? They create a problem, they have your reaction, they provide the solution. What does that remind you of? What we've just been through? That one world government thing, which is owned by the club. It's not owned by it's the Committee of 300, right? Which get the orders, send the orders out to the Club of Rome, send it down to the WF, some down to the WHO. They get this all happening to the governments. Okay, it's to make you feel not safe. Everything's about making you feel unhappy, unsafe, so that they can actually control everything. When you are in fear, you are controlled, right? So when it says, who are you going to call? Right? Well, not the fucking Ghostbusters, that's for sure. All right? So you're going to have to go and call the government, or it won't be the government, it's going to be the one world government, and then get the solution to the problem of everything happening. Now, obviously, I've just shown that about the gangs, but it's about everything, which is why now, okay, right, if we look at what we're doing now, right, I'm not going to write too much because you've got to be, still got to be a bit careful about what you say, right, but like everything's been got, there has never been in my lifetime, not a war, right? If you've got a year of peace in your life, tell me, right? Because I don't think that there has been, okay? Not without one single thing going on somewhere, all right, forever and ever and ever. But the let's just talk about the most modern bit, what we're literally in now. Like, forget about the there. So we're talking about like what I forgot. Oh yeah, what's like right, 2019, and they were just talking about it, weren't they? They're just talking about it, and they were talking about Charlie, and we're talking about it, and it was all coming right from the W in the Charlie. This is there, right? And it was Wuhan, and it was going to be coming there. So by 2020, right, they were talking about it was everywhere. So then the next thing, right, they shut it down. They shut it down. I couldn't believe this. I was like, what the fuck? I remember like walking along, unfortunately not now, right? I see my little baby, little statue of her out in the garden, walking along the beach, and it was empty. And I'm like walking along thinking, wow. Right, so like literally one bloody like little advert on the telly, and like, you know, or whatever it was that they did, and everyone's gone. I'm going along there. I've got the dogs. Janine was, because the older dog could still walk a little bit by then. We're going down the beach, coming back to the beach. It was empty. Like, there's no one there. Do you know what it is? If you ever feel ill, go down the beach and just like get the smell and touch the sand, get your hands in the sea, lick it, and wipe it on yourself. All the minerals and everything from there. It's like, it's health. Why is it every single spa was by the beach? Why did they not want you by the beach, right? Get down the beach, get down there. Why did they not want you in the park? Why they had bloody drones flying over the hills and everything in Wales to get you out of the country? Because you're in the country and it's beautiful and it's fresh and it's living and you are alive in the country. That's what they wanted rid of everything. They shut the whole bloody thing down in 2020, all through fear, all through the Tavistock Institute. All right. And then after that, it's just got, they shut it down, right? And then they give you little bits of glimpses. Okay. And then you just keep talking about it. Right now, we've got like, what are we on now? 2022 now. And what have we got? Right? We've got a war. This has got to be the weirdest war. Not that anything's ever good, right? But how comes, right, they can all go and sit and sing songs and all go and get visiting and all doing all this bullshit and talk about it, and everybody walks in, Boris Johnson is sitting there going through, a great big fat jolly bastard that he is, right? And I tell you what it is, they won't go on a building site without a plastic fucking hat on, but they're going through a war zone and haven't even got a bulletproof vest on, or even like, what's going, really? And then what happens in this whole thing? So you've got this start of the same thing, all right? So at the same time, okay, I know I'm a terrible writer, but you've got the electric price. What does that do? Flies through the gas. And I'm not talking about, you know, gasoline. I'm talking about natural gas that you're going to heat your house up there. But, right, now you go on that gridwatch.co.uk, and it will show you that all of the power stations are running normally, and they're all running by the fuel that's done in the UK. Wood chip, which made in the UK mainly. Wood chip made in the UK, and they're saying all the gas and electric prices are flying through the roof because of a war in Ukraine and Russia. That's just mad. Okay. So you have to flip back to the beginning when I was saying this about why would they do it, and then you tell them, oh, it's a chemtrail. No, why would they do that? Why would they do that? So I'll tell you as well, just about this, about gas and electric, all right? I'll not write it, but what I want you to do, I've just been Googling this thing, and that you can get these power packs. Because I'm telling you now what they're talking about. They're talking about outages now in winter. Definitely for the UK. And if they're doing it in the UK, they're going to do the other bits as well. Power outages, which is mainly going to be electricity. So there's these things. I think there's one here. I'm going to go and have a look at it. What is it called? I'm not sure. But anyway, it says here, built to outlast the outage. That's what they say it's called. Built to outlast the outage. And it's a power pack. It's not big, mind. You know, it's like when you get the small suitcases you can take on planes. It's only about that big. And they've got like these portable solar panels that you can have outside. And then what you do is I don't know exactly how to use it. I haven't read that much, but it will run your fridge or freezer for 80 hours. I don't know how much it is. I couldn't see it. I haven't looked at it. So forgive me for all that. I don't know. Right. But start protecting yourself now with these power packs that you can actually get there to start like protecting yourself if they've got the power outages. Also start making sure that you've got yourself enough food stored away, right, for what they're going to do, because it's very weird what they're going to try and do in the winter. I don't like it. It's not looking very good. Okay. So, I don't know what you think about that. But anyway, I'm just about finished. If anyone's got any questions now, go stick them up in the post the links. Let's go and have a look. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's see if I can I'll see if I can share the screen. Share screen. Tab. There. Is that it? Oh, there you go. Look, share this now. Look. All right. So this is this thing here. So have a look at it. It has nothing to do with me. I don't know who it is. It came up there because I've been researching it myself, and I'm looking at ways where I can protect myself, protect the house. All right. And this here is what came up. All right. So I'm not trying to advertise it. I'm not making any money off it, but we have to look after each other and look after ourselves. So Google this or research this, I should say. Okay. Hopefully I'm back to there. Am I back? All right. So all this stuff like this, and get yourself, if you can, I know not everyone's got money for things like that, but have a look at those things and share it. Let's see if I can. I'll see if I can copy the link. This is like a huge link, so you're just gonna have to take it as it is, copy it onto there, and I'm gonna put it up on here and paste. And there we go. Okay, and you have to just do what you do with it. All right. So anyway, let me have a quick look. If you've got any questions, throw them up now. I will. Well, any power pack recommendations, just have a look at that one. Have a look at other ones. Google them. Research them. If you don't want to use Google, I know I keep saying that, but, let's have a look. Let's have a look. But if you do have any questions about anything, put them up now. And I will have a look. Can't go back too far. All right, because there's a lot of people talking to each other, which is brilliant. I do like that. So anyway, just in case anybody ever says to you, like, oh, I've seen this chemtrail, and I'm like, no. Well, they wouldn't do that. Well, there they would. There's the proof of it. That's exactly what they would do. And there's the proof that they've been doing it for a very long time. Okay. Okay. All right, what's that say there? For an electrician course, I don't know what an electrician course. Does that have to become an electrician? You talking about that, Glenn? I don't know. That would be a lot of money anyway, wouldn't it? Who is the author of them books? You know what? I've tried to find out. It does not say. It doesn't say at all. And I tried to find it by, you can find them by the ISBN number. All right. So I'm going to write the ISBN number up now. Okay. So this one, and it's in capitals, ISBN 979 8 5470 8322 8. Oosh, 8. There. That is the ISBN. Now you can search for the ISBN number, and that's for that one. Get it away from the glare. That is the ISBN number for that one. Okay. All right. And then the ISBN number for the next one. ISBN 978. No. 979. 979 hyphen 8 hyphen 5470 hyphen 4764 7. Right there, that is the ISBN number for that one. There. All right. So it doesn't give a name of who the author is, but these are good books to learn how to do these trusts. Okay, they are good books to learn how to do these trusts. So. I've typed in the ISBN numbers. The ISBN numbers are in there. Make sure you get them, took them down now, because once we finish, which we're going to finish very soon, I'm desperately trying to find out how you would do the do you know what it is? I was at a meeting for with people in Birmingham in the 1st of May, which had my car broken into, was smashed up and destroyed nearly. Still haven't got it back yet. But there was a group there who was supposed to be showing us how to do these things for free energy, but they hadn't finished it in time, so they didn't present it. But the next meeting we're going to do, I don't know when it will be. I haven't got a clue. It's not me that's doing it. I just go to them. I get invited to them, and they're going to show us how to actually do this free energy. And they've got these machines, and they're very common, these machines, by the way, right? All these Tesla machines, and they're going to show us how to create free energy. Okay. So once I get this information, boy, Eleanor, am I ever going to give that out? So, yeah. So just keep an eye out for that. You know, we would definitely be showing you like the information for that. In the meantime, you know, that thing where you can get like backup. It's not how to run your house, but it's how to get backup, because what they're going to do will not surprise me. In the 70s, I remember being a kid and they were all arguing about the miners and everything. And they used to switch off the energy at night time. 7 o'clock at night, boom, no energy, no light. You know, and we didn't have gas at the time, right? Didn't have gas then days. So it was all either coal or coke, which is a derivative of coal, and electricity. So they switched electricity off and you had nothing. All right. And that's what I think they're going to do again. Okay. All right. Give me a look. See if there's any more questions or anything before we have to shoot off. Yeah. Down to Manchester. Hopefully, you know, Paul's on here. Paul Fletcher. He's on here tonight. So Paul, if you're here, like I should have actually put my the link up. but everything's going well. The tickets are selling. Paul, if you got there, put your email up and so they can ask you for any tickets if anyone wants to go. I'm going to be in Manchester on the 23rd of July. All right. So anyone wants to go down, we're going to do a live. It's going to be a good presentation. It's going to be going over many different things about the private and everything like that. Okay. EcoFlow, is that the one I had showed? Is that what that's called? All right. Cool. All right. Good. When are you coming to London? I'll come to London, but someone has to. Actually, I've got an invite to go to somewhere near London. Can't remember what it's called. But see, what I don't do at the minute anyway, I don't go and organise myself. I don't promote myself. I'm not trying to go everywhere and do anything. If somebody wants me to go somewhere and do a talk for them, I will. But I'm not going to go, oh, I'm so good, because I don't think I know anything. So, I'm not going to go and say, oh, I'm going to organise an event. I'm going to go there and, Newcastle. Oh yeah, Newcastle. Yeah. Hang on. Sharon, what's that say there? You need to need some solar panels. Do you mean portable solar panels? I think that's what that advert showed you. I've never really looked at it. I think people should actually start looking at them now. Okay. Preparing for the winter. Look, not everyone's going to be able to afford it. So at least get candles. I remember in the 70s where just all we had was candles. Candles and a blanket, because it was what it was, and that's if you get the chance to have that. But just think, even if you had some, I don't know what you would call them, you can get these portable packs that'll even run your mobile phone charger or your like internet or something, just to keep you connected, anything like that. Because what they will do, right? I do not think that they will switch off the internet, because that will hurt them too much. They'll switch off the electricity, right? They'll switch off the power to you, because they can switch off your whole block, your whole town, and keep their own, right? And then be running and be on the internet, but you can't do anything because you got no power. That's what I think that they'll probably do more than switch off the internet, because it'll take too much to lift it back up again as well. But switching off the power is easy. All right. So anyway, I'm going to shoot off. Hopefully you enjoyed that bit there. Hopefully it'll get you talking. Hopefully it'll get you thinking about things, getting them solar panels and the batteries and then power packs, even if it's just to run like a little bit to run your fridge or freezer, it said, for about 80 hours. I never looked at how much it was or anything like that. I know nothing about it. But two things anyway. I'm definitely going to be in Manchester on the 23rd of July. Nothing in August. I don't think I will do anything in August either. And then in September, I'm going to be in Plymouth. Okay. And that'll be September. I think it'll probably be October before I do anything else. All right. So July, I'm going to be in Manchester. September, I'm going to be in Plymouth. I won't be looking to do anything else until at least October. All right. You got to remember, I literally can't run around and, do it. It's certainly not my job, But anyway, thank you very much. All right. For everything. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to go and put some stuff on my burnt head now. The ISBN. Have a look at the ISBN numbers. I tell you what I will do. It says Facebook user. If you haven't done the StreamYard thing, what I will do, I'm going to go on to Facebook before I go off tonight, and I'm going to put these books. I'm going to take a couple of pictures, and I'm going to put the ISBN numbers on as well. Okay. I'm going to put that on, and what I'll do is I'll actually do an email, and I'll send it out to everyone who's got the emails as well. Okay, so get some out of it. I'm going to put it in the fridge, freeze it, and get myself all cool. I might go and sit in the fridge myself. Well, I would, but it's very small, so I can't get in. All right. So take care. Peace to everyone. Love and light to everyone. Keep the vibration up, all right? This is how we win. Keep the vibration up and spread out the good news to everybody and look after it. Just remember, you might feel that you're alone, but you're not. And there's so many of us, and in these little groups, all right? Just remember that they are there, all right? So that group, when you get all the little groups together, is massive. Okay, so never ever believe what any of these media outlets tell you that, oh, sorry, it's like very little percentage that didn't get this, right? Millions didn't get it, right? Millions and millions and millions didn't get it. Don't believe them. They're all lying. All right. So anyway, lots of love. Take care, and we'll see you. And all the best to everyone. Have a good, right? We've had the strong days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's our strong days, not weekdays, strong days. So now we're going to have a good Saturday and a good Sunday, right? It's not a weekend because we're not weakened. All right. Understand what I'm saying? I love you. Okay. Take care. All right. And we'll see you all very, very soon. Boom, boom. There we go.